Greetings, geeks and nerds. I'm Lazy Universe and I'm White and Nerdy, and it's time for YouTube subscriber poll time again. As this one won by a huge margin, and I'm kind of happy that people had fun doing them. As they'll be happening, like I said, every month for this year, where you guys get to pick 4 episodes for me to basically do, and. And of course, this one won by a huge margin, same as the next review, but not so much the final two. Kind of sad. But within it anyways, I guess people want to get back into the weird. Because I promised to follow up on this way back in 2020 when I reviewed the first season. If you've been a subscriber on this channel for a long time, you've seen me review the first season of this. And also you can tell by the title of the video down below. So yes, I am going to be talking about the second season of Doom Patrol. Because a lot of people actually voted for this one. So you guys demanded it, so we're actually going to get into this as we'll be checking out the complete second season of Doom Patrol. So, we are just going to embrace the weird today with the second season of Doom Patrol. This will be my review, retrospective, whatever you want to call it, upon Doom Patrol Season 2, so if nobody has seen Doom Patrol Season 2 yet, or Season 1, then you might be warned of spoilers. So if you have not seen Doom Patrol Season 1 or Season 2 yet, and you want to watch this review, just go and watch those 2 seasons. Otherwise, you'll be forewarned once again that there will be some spoilers. Now, Doom Patrol Season 1 kinda borrowed from, like, the old school Doom Patrol. Some elements of, like, Grant Morrison, sure, but more so the elements of, like, the original Doom Patrol, the ones that were weird and dealt with a lot of weird things. And in case people thought that Animal Vegetable Mineral Man was a complete joke, no, he's actually a Doom Patrol villain. A reoccurring Doom Patrol villain in the original run. That is not a joke. But I've noticed that with Season 2, even though I haven't read the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol, I really need to pick up that omnibus at some point. No. This does borrow a lot from the Grant Morrison run, from what I've heard of other people talking about how great the Grant Morrison run was, and also how weird the Gerard Way run was, which is the same man that decided to give us incest between siblings. I'm never letting that go from Umbrella Academy. Never. Yes, I will review Season 2 at some point this year, but I'm never letting that go. I can't. I refuse. But we have Doom Patrol Season 2, which borrowed a lot from the Grant Morrison run. I believe Dorothy is actually a Grant Morrison creation, which we are going to get into Dorothy in just a little bit here. But we'll be talking about and doing the overlay of your Doom Patrol Season 2 here. And I want to see how many people can get the reference of me wearing a Fantastic Four shirt while talking about the Doom Patrol. We'll talk about that towards the end of this video, why I'm wearing a Fantastic Four t-shirt, and talking about Doom Patrol for those of you that don't know. But I want to see how many people in the comment section will be like, I see what you did there. A lot of people probably don't know, but I just want to see how many people will actually either be polite and explain in the comments, or just be like, I see what you did there. And also you can tell because this came out in 2019, 2020, during when the pandemic was basically happening, this series only had 9 episodes. So you can definitely tell that they were trying to just speed things along. Maybe the second season was supposed to be longer, but because of the pandemic and everything, that we had to cut things back a little bit. But is it still an amazing series, and is it still worth checking out? Well, if I said yes about the first season, we're going to find out with the second season. So as such, let's talk a little bit about the second season of Doom Patrol. With formally and foremost, we'll kind of go over the plot. We're not going to go over the characters because this series focuses on a lot of characters. Look at them all standing here. Yes, every character on this cover is played with and experimented on. So we're not doing that. But I will talk about basically what is the plot of the series, and also kind of break down what happened with some of the characters, like Dorothy, Niles, and of course our favorite Cyborg. So, let's dive back into the weird world of Doom Patrol because that's what you came here for. And yes, the series definitely gets even weirder if you can believe that. But let's embrace the weird side of the DC Universe and hang out with the Doom Patrol. This is my review and retrospective upon Doom Patrol Season 2. So let's begin with the plot of Season 2. After their battle with Mr. Nobody, the Doom Patrol basically saved the world. They also saved Niles' daughter, named Dorothy, from her own jail and her own entrapment upon the shore. But Niles has to find a way for the team to get back to normal and find out what he's gonna do with the team now that they know Niles is all of his deep dark secrets that he hides from them. As Niles basically born the end of the world, where if Dorothy ends up growing up, the entire world will be destroyed by one of her imaginary friends. Which will ask the question, will Niles be brave enough to destroy his own daughter, or will he be brave enough to send his own team into the fray in order to save the world? Only time will tell. Unfortunately, I could see it coming from a mile away that yes, the Doom Patrol did technically borrow from the first season. Now, I've never read the Grant Morrison run, but I know nothing about most of these characters, but from what I could gather is that Dorothy can basically summon her imaginary friend to her aid, and she had three of them. But one is a lot more menacing than the other, the Candlemaker, voiced by the iconic and legendary Lex Lane, and I have to tell you, I was not expecting Lex Lane to appear in the series, but he is here, and he does a very good job voicing the Candlemaker. And he is an iconic voice actor. I mean, it was going to happen eventually. And I really do have to say that he was surprising as, the candlestick maker. And it is, without a shadow of a doubt of me saying this. Now, I gave credit to the actor that played Five in Umbrella Academy for being a great actor, basically trying to play an adult, yet he is a child. I have to say that without a doubt yet again, that Abigail Shapiro is very much similar to Five in the role of Dorothy. She knows what she was getting into, and she captured everything that she could, making this character her own, and she absolutely excelled at doing that. Abigail saved this series. She really made it everything that she could, making her own character, and she excelled at it. She just embraced her weird side. She was also very cute, funny, admirable, adorable, everything in between. She just had to embrace the own character for herself. I don't know how, but somehow Doom Patrol was like, oh, you're going to fall in love with a little girl who's wearing monkey makeup. You're going to fall in love with her. And I hate the team for making me feel for a little girl in monkey makeup because I fell in love with Abigail Shapiro. Now, of course, this series played around with the idea of her being a child. No, she is a grown up. She is a child. No, she is a grown up. I'm like, stop. Just stop. It's like, we know that she's immortal because her mother was immortal and her father carries immortality for the first episode. Yeah. They explain Niles' immortality in this series, and I'm like, for a team of superheroes who are the uncanny of Uncanniest, they embrace the weird. They embrace the unusual. Could we just not explain Niles' immortality? Could we not have done that? The answer is yes. But did they decide to do that? No. But they could have left it alone, is all I'm saying. It's nice to have, but it feels like they could have just left it alone and left it a mystery and let the people solve it. Kind of like Larry's immortality. Larry's immortality comes from his alien being. And then the series decides, we're going to explain more about the alien being. You know, we didn't need this at all. And then they explain more about Jane in the Underground. Okay, to give credit there, that needed to be explained. Because you don't give me Crazy Jane with 65 personalities and go, here she is, and explain nothing. So thank God they explained that one, otherwise they'd be like, but you, what? What's going on again? And it is without a shadow of a doubt that every single character is played around with. They have very emotional stories. Primarily, Larry and Robot Man or Cliff do have the more iconic stories. Rita's story is not great, is all I'm trying to say. Like, they kind of experiment a little bit with Rita, but it's not like she was in season one, which she was a very well written character. Here, she's still well written, it's just not where she could be. Because they explained something that we didn't need in the series, that she's traumatized by one thing that happens and she can't let it go. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's kind of dumb to say, but yeah, it's I can see how it would be a traumatic experience for some people. It's just that am just kind of sitting there like, okay, it's a traumatic experience, but the way that they kind of handle it is not good in a way. Like, they explain why her and her mother's relationship is not well, they just don't explain it perfectly. That until later on. And it's like, you kept me in suspense and mystery only to tell me that she will never move past just this moment. I hate you, Doom Patrol. I hate you for this. But, without a shadow of a doubt, the best character in this series, by far the one that got the most character, because he's most popular, you have to say that, but is what they did with Cyborg. Now, Cyborg in season one, he had been played around with, and Jovian Wade is one of my favorite cyborgs of all time. But the moment that really made Cyborg stand out more is what they did in this first season. And it is without a doubt phenomenal. They decided to have Cyborg have his own sense of doubt. Yeah, no joke. Cyborg goes to counseling because he feels like that he doesn't belong with the Doom Patrol, or he just doesn't belong, period. And he actually ends up falling in love and meeting a nice woman who actually did some not so nice things, especially not so nice things with the military. But aside from Dorothy, the series does have some villains that do occur in this, such as like Grant Morrison creation Mad Jack, and of course Dr. Time. Now they do talk. I'm laughing already because it's funny what they did. They kind of pulled a Deadpool about what happened to Mr. Negative, and I didn't see it coming, and I laughed my ass off when I saw it. So Alan Tudyk was doing a couple of TV shows around. He was doing Resident Alien. He was finishing that series up, and then he moved on to an animated series that was on Netflix, Hulu, and I think the DC network as well before it shut down. And they were like, "Where's Mister Negative? Oh, he has some things to do." And then in the corner was Harley Quinn animated, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." Alan Tudyk voiced a few characters on Harley Quinn. I was like, that is the perfect Deadpool. Because they actually run into Beard Hunter again, and he's like, oh, yeah, no, Mr. Negative had to leave. He had other things to do. And then in the corner popped up Harley Quinn. And I'm like, that is great. I love Alan Tudyk myself, and I was kind of wishing he'd come back as a narrator and say, no, Mr. Negative is not in season 2. He has moved on because he has better things to do. So we are going to just move along from this joke and not even go there. That would have been even funnier. So and there are some very weird episodes in the series within itself. Some I can't show because of YouTube. Right, there was an episode called Sex Patrol. Oh no, it's not an episode that's basically all, triple X pornographic stuff. Oh no. It's weirder than that. It's I have to say it. It's a poltergeist parody, but in the weirdest of ways. You have to watch it to see it yourself. And so you're probably wondering if I recommend the second season of Doom Patrol. Absolutely. It is charming, it's weird, it's uncanny. It's a fucking Doom Patrol, baby. Like, it's gonna be all of these things. And it is definitely worth checking out. So if you haven't checked out season one after I recommended it, especially since it had the butt monsters, that was a thing that happened. Not kidding. Literally happened. I'm just waiting for people to go and actually look that up just to see if it actually did happen. That's weird, right? But without a shadow of a doubt, Doom Patrol definitely rated up to its predecessor. It's great, it's wonderful, and it is also mysterious, it's uncanny, unnatural, and weird because it's the fucking Doom Patrol. So give yourself into temptation, give yourself into the weird side, and check out the Doom Patrol, baby. Because you will definitely not be disappointed with its second season. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can notified every single time I can upload. I believe you know I bright and nerdy, and definitely please do check out Doom Patrol Season 2. And for other people, in case you've seen Season 3, I think it went on for 4 seasons if I'm not mistaken. Please do tell me if Season 3 is worth checking out, and maybe I'll pick it up for like next year or later on this year. But do check out Doom Patrol Season 2, it is awesome. Now, for people that are wondering why I'm wearing a Fantastic Four t-shirt while talking about the Doom Patrol, because it's a little joke. See, this is still a controversy that still happens that people talk about today. Is that it's a controversy whether Stan Lee or DC stole from one another. Either DC stole from Stan Lee when he created the Fantastic Four or the X-Men to create the Doom Patrol, or if Stan Lee stole from DC when creating the Fantastic Four from the Doom Patrol, and also the X-Men. It's still a controversy that people talk about whether it was Stan Lee that stole from them or whether it was DC that stole from Stan Lee. And when Stan Lee creates a story about a stripper with superpowers just because he went to a strip club and actually met a very nice stripper, who told him her story, which he transformed into a comic book series, which later on became an animated series starring Pamela Anderson. Yeah, I think Stan maybe might have had his own idea when creating this. I think DC stole from Stan the Man, but I'm not going to go any further with that. So, if you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, hitting that bell icon so you can be notified every single time I make an upload. And yes, I made a Stripperero reference, so fuck you! Nobody remembers her! But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be Universe. I want you to keep eking on, and until next time, guys, as always, take care. And also, if you want to, follow me at Twitter. There's a link to the description down below. But until next time, keep eking on, and until next time, take care.